Hey, thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it. If I were to be getting out of the military today, what would I do? What can you do to make sure that you set yourself up for success through that transition? Now, I'm going to I am going to focus on VA benefits specifically. So you want to listen to this stuff and listen to it all the way through, because there will be nuggets in there, even at the end, to help you in that process. Now, this is going to go beyond the normal stuff when it comes to your VA claim. Now, obviously, beyond VA claim stuff, you want to make sure that you're preparing for your next career, if that's what you're going to be doing, setting up your resume, networking, all of that stuff. So looking for a new place to live, all of that. So this is definitely not the only thing you're working on, but I will tell you this needs to be a priority for you, because guess what's going to happen? Once you leave the military, you're going to lose your housing allowance. And once you lose your housing allowance, it's going to be hard to recoup that with your next career in many cases. So you need to replenish that. And this is a good way to do that by getting your service-connected disabilities in line. Now, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, share with a friend, all that good stuff. I really appreciate it. It helps the channel out immensely. If you're not a member, consider joining. It does help the channel immensely, and it helps me to find you in the comments. All right, so jumping into it, I'm going to start this off with, not every veteran files a claim for VA disability benefits. As surprising as that may be, the number is only about 30% of veterans. It's actually shy of that a little bit. 30% of veterans have VA disability compensation claims that have been awarded. So that means 70% don't, right? 7 out of 10. It's a huge number. And for those of us that are service connected, we know the majority of veterans would qualify for something, anything. So keep that part in mind. Now, I will tell you this, that when it comes to VA disability compensation, there's many things in there that, for whatever reason, make veterans self-segregate out of that bucket of benefits. And it is a benefit that you've earned with your time in service. So remember that first and foremost, this is one of your earned benefits. If you were working for a civilian employer and you left that employer, and that employer said to you, hey, one of your benefits here for working with us is whatever, we'll just use a monetary thing, $1,000 a month for the rest of your life. Would you say, nah, I don't need it, go ahead and keep it? Heck no, you would not. You would say, great, here's my bank account number. So this is a benefit that you've earned, and sadly, many of us leave it on the table. Don't do that. Now, a couple of the quick reasons why people leave it on the table is, one, they think it's disabilities, and they have their own definition of disabilities, like I need to be missing a leg or loss of use of an extremity. Something major need to happen in order for me to receive disability compensation from the VA. And of course, those things are covered. But there's also many things that are not physically majorly disabling that get covered, right? So you could have an array of severity, right? So it could be minor to severe. So it might be something that maybe the normal person doesn't notice with you, right? Maybe you have a lumbar strain, and as long as you're kind of moving around okay, you can get around. It's when you sit too long, you stand too long, you sleep too long, whatever, your back starts to tense up on you. And if that's the case, you could get service connected for that, right? Migraine headaches, for example, if you have a migraine once a month or what have you, sure, you have 30 days or 29 days or however many days in the month where you don't have a migraine, and then you have that one day where you do, and that sucks, and it's debilitating, and it's horrendous, but the rest of the time you're fine. So migraine headaches, GERD, gastroesophageal reflux disease, bad heartburn, sleep apnea, arthritis, right? The list goes on. Basically, it's everything that's diagnosable, right, that you can really kind of think about. Now, another reason why people leave it on the table is, I'm not that bad, it comes with getting older, right? I'm going to feel like this anyway. The military didn't cause this. Save it for somebody else who needs it, right? We all pretty much know somebody who is worse off than we were. And so it's like, save it for them. Well, for that last one, the save it for them, how you do that is by actually applying for and getting the benefits that are due to you, because that's going to help all those coming behind us, right? Is the continuing usage of the benefits that you earned. So keep that part in mind. It's one of those things where it really is saddening to me that there's so many reasons why people self-segregate out of going for these benefits, and it's not until way later on in life that they finally come around, and then they say, wow, I wish I would have did this 50 years ago. And you don't want to be in that boat. So I'm going to jump off of that soapbox now, and hopefully you understand that this is something that you should be applying for. So when you go to apply for a VA claim, now you're still in service, you need to understand what's even part of the process. What do you need in order to have a successful claim with the VA, right? You don't want to go in blind and just throw a bunch of stuff at the VA and see if they figure it out. So what you need is three things. One, you need to have active duty time, or your time in service, right? So not necessarily active duty time, because there is the opportunity for reservists, but in this case I'm talking to somebody who's still in active duty. So you need to have your time in service. That gives you a window of opportunity, right? Start date, end date. The second thing you need is a diagnosed condition. Now, we're all really good at self-diagnosing. That doesn't mean anything. You actually have to go to a doctor and have them diagnose you for your migraines or your bad heartburn, your GERD, or your sleep apnea. Go do a sleep study, or whatever it is. You have to get diagnosed. You have to have that diagnosis. Your condition must be chronic in nature or have some sort of residual, ongoing, lingering effects, right? So it can't be something that I had a problem, now I'm 100% better, and it's never happening again. It needs to be an ongoing problem. The third thing is you need to have a nexus, is what it's called, a link between your condition and your time in service. Now, what the VA is looking for here, I have a rooster, and I didn't know I had a rooster. I tried to get some chickens, right, to lay eggs. So I'm assuming that people can hear that. I just tried to get some hens to lay some eggs, little chicks, and now the little chicks are chickens, and I have 3 hens and a rooster. And now he's figured out that he's actually a rooster. At first he didn't know. Now he knows. So here we are. All right, exciting. When you don't hear that anymore, we had chicken dinner. All right, so the nexus is the link between the condition and your time in service. What the VA is not looking for here is they're not looking for, show me that the condition is as a result of your service. Okay. Now that counts. Okay. That counts, but that's not what they're looking for. They're looking, show me that this condition started during your time in service. Now, the great thing here is that you are still in. Ideally, that's who I'm talking to, right? So if you're still in the military, you're still in that window of opportunity, meaning if you go get diagnosed for anything, all of a sudden that has the potential of being a service-connected condition, which has a monetary payout, right? Which is important. So right now, what you're looking at is if you go see your doctor or civilian doctor or medical, a military doctor, whoever, and get diagnosed for anything, you should now have that ability to have that nexus. My thought process here is go get checked for everything. Run blood work, get tested, check out your thyroid levels, because thyroid conditions are covered, right? Check yourself for everything, whether you have it or not, whether you're showing conditions. Google search your own demographic. I'm a whatever, this age range. What are common conditions or ailments for me? And then those things will pop up. Go get tested for those things. Because 2 things will happen. One, either you don't have it, awesome, or you do, and now you caught it super early and you can work on taking care of it, and now you can get it service connected, which is also important. And then the other thing here is, if you have, let's say, a back issue, many veterans have back problems. Get checked for, in any of the areas that are bothering you, get checked for arthritis, because arthritis is service connectable. So get checked for those things, and do it all while you're in, because that's going to give you that window of opportunity nexus, right? Because you're still in service, getting diagnosed while you're in automatically creates the nexus, as long as the condition is ongoing type of a condition, right? Chronic in nature, has residual effects. Now, not every veteran got out of the military the same way. So not every military member is going to be getting out of the military the same way. Some just discharge through their time in service. They're done with their contract, they get out. Others are getting out medical discharge. Some are getting out medical retirement. So there's two different processes for you, right? One is LDES and one is IDES. LDES is the Legacy Disability Evaluation System for those that are getting medically out-processed. And IDES is the Integrated Disability Evaluation System. So Legacy is a faster process to get out. IDES is longer. So IDES incorporates a VA claim at the same time as your out processing, which is helpful. Why would somebody choose to go to Legacy Disability Evaluation System where the VA claim is not part of the process? Well, about the only reason that I could see, well, I guess there's two. Maybe you have some sort of a family emergency issue in your life and you need to move from where you're at to where you need to go as soon as possible to whatever. Help with a parent, a sibling, a brother, whatever, right? Whatever you need to do. So maybe it's a family issue that you need to take care of, or maybe it's a job, right? I got a job offer, but I need to start in a few months, and I don't know how long the IDES process will take, so I'm going to go LDES and try to expedite this and get out as quick as possible to go jump on this new job where they're going to pay me, hundreds of thousands of dollars per year. So that might be another reason. So with that being said, most people nowadays will select IDES, the Integrated Disability Evaluation System process, to both out process from the military and get their VA claim submitted and tracking in tandem, which is great. The reason why I bring those up is because not every single... There might be a time that it's true, but most likely not every condition you have is going to be submitted with all the evidence you need, even if they did do it all. But most often they're not going to provide the VA with every single condition that you have in order to have your claim with the VA. They're going to pick the things that are basically getting you out of the military. They might throw in a couple extra if you're very communicative with them. And get that filed. So what does that mean? That means you're going to get out of the military with a VA claim that might not be the full picture of you, which means you're still going to have more conditions you're going to need to file for, which is fine. You just need to be aware of it. So you need to continue to create evidence while you're in. You need to continue to go to the doctor for everything that you're ever going to file for, continue to be seen for things and all of that stuff. Now, let's say that you have to file the claim yourself and you're just getting out regular type of end of contract down processing, right? You're getting out and you're going to file the claim yourself. You have what's called, from the VA, a BDD. And I'm going to read about that here from the VA's website for you as well. But the BDD claim is the Benefits Delivery at Discharge. You, as a military member getting out of the military, can file this claim, your disability claim, with the VA in a window between 3 months and 6 months of time from your discharge date. Not terminal leave, from your actual discharge date. 3 to 6 months. You can file that claim. Obviously, the more time you have, the better. If you file it at 6 months from your discharge date, now the VA has 6 months to work on your claim prior to you getting out. Now, when you get out, maybe the VA might only take a couple more months. And now all of a sudden you have your VA compensation back pay and monthly pay coming in. This is really important because I'll tell you, getting out of the military can be stressful, and having a little extra money helps alleviate some of that stress. So take advantage of the BDD process if you have that ability, 3 to 6 months, okay? Now, what will happen will be when you get out of the military and you file a claim as a BDD, so 3 to 6 months prior, or if you file it within 1 year of getting out of the military, the VA will back pay you to your day after your discharge. I hope that makes sense. So if you filed your claim on, let's say you got, just to use easy numbers, let's say you got out of the military on January 1st, right? So the beginning of the year, January 1st, you filed your claim. And you got out of the military on, we'll say December 1st, a month before that. So when the VA decides your claim, they will back pay you to December 1st, not January 1st. They'll back pay you to the date of your discharge, the day after, actually. And as long as you file your claim within 12 months of getting out. So if you got out of the military on January 1st, for example, and you file your claim by December 31st, they will back pay you all the way to that January 1st once they decide your claim. Which, 12 months, if you had a $2,000 a month award from the VA, well, that's $24,000. That's a lot of money. So that's a very helpful thing. So BDD, don't leave that option out of your option bag. And if you do miss that opportunity, make sure you file your claim within the 1 year period, because you'll capitalize on that additional back pay to your day after discharge. So now let's say, for example, you file your claim with the VA, right? You've done all your head to toe, inside and out. What kind of conditions do I have? Let me go get diagnosed for everything. And you file your claim as a BDD at the 5-month mark to you getting out of the military, right? Now let's say that time's going by. Now you got 1 month left until you get out, and you go, oh, I forgot to go get my migraines diagnosed. Damn it. And I forgot my GERD, right? My gastroesophageal reflux disease, my heartburn. Forgot to go get those things diagnosed, and I didn't file a claim for those, and I forgot to get them diagnosed. Oh man. Go run as fast as you can and get diagnosed for those things now, because you're still in. Don't forget your window of opportunity. Yes, you've already filed a claim. That's on its way. Who cares? It's gone. But go get diagnosed for any new conditions or anything that you forgot while you're still in, because you're in that window of opportunity still. You're still in the military. So now you're getting diagnosed. That's creating your nexus. So then once they decide your claim and it's all done and you get that award, you can file a new claim for those conditions that you missed. Okay? This is a very, very important time for you, because you're still in the military, and anything that you get diagnosed for could absolutely be service connectable. So as long as it meets, the fact that it's a chronic, ongoing type of a condition that you didn't have prior to joining the military, right? So for most of us, we came in clean slate. You're, 18 years old, fit as a fiddle, nothing wrong with you. And then as the years go by, you start to wear down. So get diagnosed, keep track of all that stuff, and thanks for watching. I appreciate you. Have a great one. Remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.